Yeah, so we are ready to start.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited today to greet you at our FinTech Unicorn Battle in North America. It's 11 a.m. New York time. I really hope that everybody is feeling great. And despite bad and good news, I still hope that we today will bring you one of the best news in the history of unicorn battles, because today we're going to find the best fintech startup in the North America in the new season of 2020 of Unicorn Battle Online. Thank you so much for everybody who's joining us today. I am Maria Volchok, Event and Investor Relations Manager at a Startup Network. I'm really excited to be here today with you, and I'm really also excited to present to you and you've asked my colleague Julia Osaulenko, Chief Operating Officer at Unicorn Cup, to tell you more details about startup networks, because we have lots to share. So, Julia, the floor is yours. A lot of news to share. Please do.
Thank you so much, Maria. So I'm very excited to be here today again in South America with our FinTech battle, which is going to be great thanks to our sponsors. So our platinum sponsor, Network VC California Six Fund, our global sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, and our silver sponsor, Sci-Fi. So we are the largest startup pitch contest in 2020 by the geography and the number of events. And I would like to remind you that the winner of today's Unicorn Battle in North America will join us at Unicorn Cup Finals. That is going to be great gathering for top VCs and brilliant startups from all over the world. So please match this date in your calendar, and we are waiting for all of you at Unicorn Cup Finals. We have great proposition for our startups. It's Startups Expo. So besides pitching live, it is a great opportunity to join our Startup Expo, where startups can collaborate with our guests and top VCs from all over the world. So don't miss this opportunity and apply to join Startup Expo. And for more details, feel free to contact Maria, and she will provide you with more details. So this season is dedicated to vertical unicorn battles and 4 industries. So for this season, participants from 5 continents and 125 countries are joining us. So it's health tech, fintech, AI, and general battles without any specific focus. That helps us to find prominent startups from all over the world. And I should admit that all the great ideas are impossible without support of partners. And we are always welcome new partners to join us. Please contact our wonderful event manager to find more details about our opportunities. And let me introduce you to our company. So we are an ecosystem that consists of online and offline services for startups, entrepreneurs, investors, and we are helping them to promote them through our platform. So the most prominent part and the core of our ecosystem is Startup Network itself, where startups and businesses can publish their ideas and promote them. The oldest part of our ecosystem is Unicorn Battle. So it's an open competition where startups pitch for business angels and VCs. and we find great startups from all over the world, from different industries through our unicorn battles. So we have conducted more than 230 events globally, and we are hoping to host you soon in Silicon Valley, where our headquarters based. So our experience is more than 11 years, and our ecosystem is growing. So I would like to say a few words about our initiative. It's a special program, Sci-Fi, that helps startups willing to apply to top American accelerator, and we help them to relocate and grant them funds worth $50K. And we are inviting best speakers and coaches to our startups online for acceleration program. So the newest part of our ecosystem is Network VC California Seed Fund with two current strategies. The first one is to participate as an investor in our pre-acceleration program for the chosen startups. And the second one is to be a lead investor in our Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. And I would like to pass a word to our wonderful Julia. She's Investor Relations Director at Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, and she will tell you more about this. Julia, are you with us?
Yes, thank you, Julia. Hi to everyone. My name is Julia Prisezhnuk. I'm Investor Relations Director of Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. We give an opportunity for private investors and business angels to invest together with us into the best startups that we can find through our global ecosystem. It is an international club. We are officially registered in the USA. Closed club meetings are held online 1 or 2 times a month. So contact me directly if you would like to know more about the club. I will send my contact details to the chat. Good luck to everyone. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Julia. And I would like to invite my colleague Slava to present your network investment. Slava, are you with us today?
Vyacheslav, if you can hear us, please join us, because we want to hear a lot of information for you to share.
It seems to me that Slava can join us today. So I'll tell a few words about our network investments. So it's a special entity for startups and businesses and investment banks that helps to enlarge a deal flow and widen reach of investment banks, and is helping startups to get an access to global capital. According to VC House, I would like to invite Natalie, COO of VC House. Natalie, are you with us?
Yeah, thank you, Julia.
The floor.
Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Please, Natalie, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you, Julia and Maria. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you well. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Glad to see you here today. And I'd like to introduce you to our project VC House. This is an invitation-only online community and a network created exclusively for VCs, where they can exchange deals which they participate in as active investors. We also plan specialized offline and online GP/LP events where family offices and institutional investors can have an opportunity to meet VC funds. If you have any questions about VC House or would like to join VC House, please don't hesitate to contact me directly. My contact details will be in the chat. And now I'd like to return the floor to Maria, who is the host for today's event. Maria.
Thank you so much, Natalie. Actually, I need to be honest, share with you my personal news, because before we actually started our online broadcasting, I asked everyone who has joined us to share some of their news from their city. So from my part, I may tell you that FinTech Battle for me is one of the most special. I don't want to, of course, say that the other like not important, of course, but taking from my blockchain background, I am also an ambassador at Blockchain Association of Ukraine, and for me it's really interesting to see which fintech new solutions are there in very different countries. So today we're going to see the most interesting top 10 fintech solutions which are provided by the startup founders in North America. So definitely a lot for us to see today, a lot for us to discuss today. Yeah, by the way, I want to say that after all the startups will pitch, we'll have a very interesting poll for you, but we'll save it for a bit later. Our event today would not have happened, but still we also want to say hello and hi and thank you to our partners, which are there for us and they want to support us and help. And in this case, we want to say thank you to Klim. Our another partner is Event Browse, Sunrise, Aura, and Growth Channel. By the way, as I mentioned, like just quickly previously to our startup founders yesterday, today you're going to have like interesting and I think pleasant presence from Growth Channel. Growth Channel AI generates personalized growth marketing plans with clear personal funnels and data-driven growth strategies with AI powered by GD3 technology. What's interesting today, the Growth Channel today will provide competition winner AI generated marketing plan for 1 month, and also provide $250, $500 cash coupon for each of the finalists, up to 5 companies to be used on Growth Channel annual plans. So really great thanks to our partners. Today, a lot for you to as well see among our startup founders, because the projects which they have actually provided, actually created, are very interesting to watch. So we'll go to there definitely. Now a quick brief probably about our agenda, because it's really important. So we, as previously, we just started like for you to understand who's, for example, here for the first time, to know more what is Startup Network, what does it do, and what is the main, probably one of the main pillars of our Startup Network ecosystem, which is Unicorn Cup, Unicorn Battle, the final, as it's nicely was voiced by our COO Julia. Unicorn Cup, we are waiting for that event. A lot of things will happen as well at that time. But today also, I would like to tell you what will happen today. So just very quick introduction from our jury members who have joined us today. They will tell you, first of all, which VC fund they are presenting, the size ticket, the industry, the region, what is the most interesting for them. So we'll start from that. After that, we'll go to the startup pitching. So, and after that, of course, we'll we will announce who is the winner today and who will get the chance to participate in pitching, with pitching at Unicorn Cup, which is about to take place on the 20th of November. So let me introduce you our great jury. First of all, let me give the floor to the CEO of Startup Network, Alex Soroka. I hope if you're, are you here with us? Can I?
Yes, Maria, I can hear you. Thank you very much.
Hello,
yes. Hello, and welcome to our Unicorn Battle. And our network VC seed fund usually invests from 50 to 250K. We prefer to invest in the companies which are based in the United States or sometimes in Europe. and we are industry agnostic and usually invest on seed or around A stage. Thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you, Alex. Who would like to share again the news from their VC fund? Please be the next one. Be active. Don't wait on the sidelines. Just raise the hand and voice your message.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Name's Osai Garo, managing partner at Ripple Venture Capital. Sweet spot in seed round in enterprise company.
Please, Osai, may you unmute yourself?
Oh, am I muted still?
Yeah, you were at some point. You muted yourself. So please proceed once again.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Osai Garo, managing partner at Venture Capital. Sweet spot is leading. Okay. Seed investments. Am I still unmuted?
You're unmuted right now. So
it is because of Arijit not being unmute.
Somebody keeps jumping in. Okay. Leading seed investments in enterprise companies across Africa. Ticket size is about $250,000, and wanted to wish all the founders best of luck today.
thank you, Osai. Who would like to share their news? Tell more about their VC fund. The next one.
Sure, I'll do very quick. Henry An here. I'm a founder and managing partner of my own advisory firm, serving the startup and small, medium-sized businesses as a CFO, focusing on finance, operation, strategy. So the second hat that I have, it's a venture partner for a venture fund, VU Venture Partners, focusing FinTech, blockchain, consumer, AI, ML, and IoT. Ticket size about initial check 200,000 can go up to $1 million. Looking forward to meeting with my colleagues here, as well as best of luck with all the startups here.
Thank you, Henry.
Thanks.
Preeti, you were.
Thank you, Maria. Hello from India, everybody. My name is Preeti Chaudhary. I'm the founder of LinkedIn Local India and head of investments, partnerships, and alliances at Infocrest LLP. Sector agnostic, we look at a ticket size of 25K to 150K US dollars. Primarily in India, but looking at partnerships and alliances elsewhere in the world. I'm excited to be here. It's always a pleasure. Looking forward to the entire day today. All the best to everyone, and everyone have a good day out. Thank you, Team Startup Network. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Preeti. Thank you for the kind words. Who would like to proceed?
Maria, can I go?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Oh, sorry. Hi, my name is Paul Chong. I'm the managing partner of Knights Capital Partners. We are a regional private equity fund, and we also do a lot of sponsorship of NASDAQ listed SPACs, where many early stage companies can raise financing and get listed on NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange at the same time. I also happen to be the co-founder of one of Asia's largest fintech companies, TNG FinTech. We are the largest e-wallet in Hong Kong and one of the largest B2B e-payment company in Southeast Asia called Tranglo. So do look us up. I've left everyone some URLs on the chat room. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. It's really, by the way, interesting. I should actually ask you more about this. Who would like to proceed? Hi, Narayanan. Please proceed.
I think we have troubles with the sound.
Yeah, there is some. But I must tell you that it really sounds funny. When you listen to this, it feels like kind of in a movie.
It's
like Darth Vader.
Is it any better now?
Something like that. Definitely.
Yeah, now it's much more better. Not so terrific.
Okay, I just got off my earphone. Sorry about that. So Narayanan Ganapati, CEO of NG West Ventures, ticket size 25 to 100K, sector agnostic, but our portfolio is more geared towards FinTech, EduTech, and Health Tech. Again, with a bias towards North America. I also happen to be a co-founder of an equity crowdfunding platform that enables startups and SMEs raise equity financing by issuing securities tokens. We just recently got a license from Dubai Financial Services Authority. And we'd be looking for startups to get listed onto the platform to raise anywhere between $200K to $5 million. So look forward to the pitches today, especially because it's a FinTech. And I've seen all of them, and it's very, very interesting, and look forward to hearing all of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Narayan.
Thank you. I see that Arijit would like to make a short introduction, and David raised the hand also.
Hi, everyone. Good to be here, and really, really excited to listen to the startup network that you have. Well, myself, Arijit Bhattacharya, so I've been into this startup ecosystem for the last 22 years. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I run 2 different funds. One is based out of India called Entrepreneur Space, and our ticket size is basically starting from approximate $1 million to $10.5 million, depending on the business and business size. And I run another investment banking company based out of Australia called Avalue Global, with one of the largest network based out of Australia. Being into this ecosystem, I'm a consultant to ADB, as well as I'm Senator for India for World Business Angels Forum. Looking forward to the event and evaluating the startups. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arijit. Who would like to proceed? Yes, I'm asking everyone to tell a few words about yourself. It's really interesting to find out like your relation to FinTech. For me, by the way, I've heard before some of your presentations before, but still some of them, they're very new to me. So please proceed.
Hi, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. This is David Mandel. I'm a managing partner at Emerging Ventures. It's a small emerging tech fund out of Southern California. We invest throughout the US and Canada in any industry. It doesn't matter, but as long as there is a use of emerging technologies to solve real world problems. And our sweet spot is companies with some traction. It doesn't have to be revenue, preferably revenue, but there's other forms of traction depending on the industry. Some product market fit. Our check size is 100 to 250. We usually come in at pre-seed or seed stage, occasionally a Series A.
Thank you so much, David. The next one.
I'm Rafa Saleh, managing partner of Qubit Ventures. We're a seed stage fund focused on Egypt, with a priority to SaaS businesses. Our ticket size is $100,000 to $400,000. I also sit on the board of Falak, which is the largest seed accelerator in Egypt as well.
Thank you, Rafa. Again, this is like all the time. It's for me, I haven't seen Rafa before, but I'm really all the time interested to get to know other people who are joining us, Manjuri. So who would like to proceed?
I can take next. Hi guys, this is Yagub Rahimov. I'm joining from Houston, Texas. I'm not part of essentially as a GP of any VC fund, or so I operate as an angel. But at the same time, quite a lot of my portfolio companies are being backed by multiple VC funds in the US and in Europe, and quite a few in Asia. So the funds that we are associated with generally invest between $250K up to $1 million, depending on this stage. And we are mostly focused on FinTech, overall speaking. I'm also the founder of the Seven Markets group of companies, who is mostly focused on Forex, e-wallets, and blockchain technologies. I'd be happy to be connected. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Yagub. Jordan, maybe you'd like to join us right now.
Well, good morning. It's good to see all of you from Silicon Valley. I want to say something about me and something about the battle. So I'm with Silicon Valley Venture Group and also VP of in Scorpion Capital. We invest in round sizes of 300 to 3 million. Tickets, checks we write is 30 to 300K. Sector agnostic, except we invest in whatever improves the human condition. No dog walking apps, no twerking apps, no social apps. B2B is what we like a lot. For this event, if you are presenting today, this is the last shot for you to qualify for the finals. So if you win today, I'm going to give you 3 10s. I'm going to give you 10 hours free from Silicon Valley Venture Group Business Hours. We'll make sure we introduce you to 10 of our investors. And if you win the final, we will make sure to dedicate resources to bring 10% of whatever you're raising. If you win today's battle, I'm going to give you the sword so it can help you with your cause. This is a U.S. cavalry sword, very nice piece of, but I wanted to represent you winning over the rest of the world. Last time, some French company won the battle, and that sucks. We need Americans to win it, and only Americans this time. It's 2020, make it happen.
Thank you, Jordan. By the way, a lot of news, a lot of presents are exciting. Well, today I may tell you that there is the only chance that somebody from North America is going to win. So there is no other option in this case. We'll see what will happen in the finals. Rico, maybe you'd like to proceed.
Hi, nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Rico Pang from Malaysia. Our fund domicile is in Singapore. We are a private equity fund. We are also having a VC fund setting up. We also run our own crypto funds, which we are doing about 20% a month, depending on the market. And also, we also invest in quite a few sectors, including FinTech, AI, blockchains. And recently, we also got involved in the biotech sector due to the situation to do with healthcare, improving wellness and healthcare globally. So we are open to any projects globally. We are pretty decentralized, as we also have our own blockchain company. We are launching our own blockchain in 2 years' time. So I look forward to work closely with all of you, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rico. Who would like to proceed? Abid, maybe you would like to be the next one. Just unmute yourself, please.
Hi, this is Abid from Indus Venture. Nice to join you. I don't have much to say, except that we're focusing more on the mentoring, trying to raise some additional funds for this year. But we do introduce startups to the investor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abid. Who would like to proceed? Maybe somebody is already ready. Maybe Christina.
Hi, everyone. Very nice to be here. I'm Christina Subotina. I'm a corporate and securities attorney at a law firm in New York, in the heart of FIDI, and I represent emerging growth companies, mostly technology companies, and investment funds, mostly private equity, hedge, and VC, throughout their life cycle, from business formation, financing rounds, M&A, IPO, and day-to-day business operations. I've been an associate general counsel for fintech startup Tala, and I helped them to build compliance foundation and raise Series A 10 million, Series B 30 million. So I have a lot of interest in fintech. That's why I'm really excited about this battle. Thank you so much, Startup Network, for organizing it and inviting me. And very nice to meet you, to all the juries. I was trying to add everybody as they were speaking to stay connected during these times of isolation.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Christina, for your words. Brett, have you already spoken? Or
I have not. Let me jump in here.
Before, yes, but please do present yourself right now.
Brett Noyes, founder and director of Unventures. We initially started as a fintech incubator based in Silicon Valley. We've evolved into an investor syndicate, and I personally relocated to Denver, but we look at deals globally using programs like Startup Next, our network, pardon me, and we make investments through SPVs with a goal of making an investment between 100 and 250K and help companies raise the rest of their round.
Thank you so much. Maybe Keith would like to proceed. Hi, and please unmute yourself.
Hi, I'm Keith Herman, founder of IPA Equities, and we are industry agnostic, investing in areas such as blockchain, fintech, ad tech, AI, AR, VR, anything innovative and disruptive. We invest Series A or post A and write checks for 500,000 up to 10 million. I am also the founder of Aura Collective, which is a tech PR marketing firm. We've been around for 12 years, based in Los Angeles, servicing clients around the world. Good luck to all the startups today. This is one area that we have a lot of interest in, so I'm really excited to hear the presentations. Good luck to everybody, and I'll pass it off to the next one.
Thank you so much, Keith. Definitely. Chinadu, would you like to join us right now?
Yes, I would. Hi, everyone. I'm Chinadu Anekwe. I was a FinTech founder back in 2010, and I exited that company in 2012. I am currently a partner at O21 Capital. We invest in the future of commerce, so that includes FinTech, retail, and then FinTech, retail, and consumer technologies. Our sweet spot is investing in companies at the $1 to $3 million range in terms of our check size. We are based in New York, and right now I'm speaking to you from DC, and I look forward to all the presenters. We're very actively interested in FinTech, especially technologies that leverage open banking standards or service that industry, service the FinTech and challenger bank industry, so SaaS platforms. So we're very interested in all of those solutions, and I'm looking and wish good luck to all the participants.
Thank you so much, Chinadu. Maybe Jules, you would like to tell a few words about yourself. Many already know you, but also like we have here a lot of new guests. So a few words about you. Okay, thank you. Jules Walker. I am in the Bay Area. I aspire to be wherever this is behind me, but hopefully someday. I am an angel investor. I write small checks geographically located in North America and Israel, pretty sector agnostic. And arguably more importantly, my day job is I head up business development for KPMG's emerging technology practice in the United States. So working with companies from two guys in a garage up through unicorns and pre-public companies. So thank you very much. Thank you so much, Jules. Maybe Tess, you would like to proceed.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Tess from Tess Venture, founder of Tess Venture. I'm in Palo Alto, Silicon Valley, and nice meeting everyone. Very excited. Tess Venture invests in early stage, pre-seed, seed, post-seed, and sometimes A. Recently also got involved in pre-IPO, investing in pre-IPO secondaries. Generally, I also am a pretty active investor. The team also help actively get into the trenches and help the founders build out and amplify their company. I also, focus on stage focus, not so much sector focus. So have invested into biotech, VR, AI, blockchain, FinTech, and also future of work now. So it encompasses a variety. Mainly it's a founder investment, and check size can range anywhere from 100K up to $1 million, and also have a very good ecosystem of other co-investors also invest. So looking forward to seeing how it can be helpful to everyone.
Thank you so much, Tess. Marcello, maybe you would like to proceed. If you can hear me right now. Okay, we'll get back to Marcello a bit later. Maybe Peter or Julian. Maybe you would like to jump in. Hi, Peter.
Hey, I can do it, I guess. Hey, guys, nice to see you again. Good luck to all the presenters today. I'm Peter Hlamnika. I'm a venture partner at R3I Ventures in Singapore. Right now I'm in Toronto, but tomorrow I'm departing back to Singapore, finally. But we are early stage venture capital firm that focuses on the early stage deep tech, med tech, fintech, most of the things that have to do with tech. We generally fund anywhere between 250 up to 5 million, up to the Series A most of the time. Good luck to everybody, and let's see who's gonna be the winner.
Thank you so much, Peter. Just quick question, and not exactly on the topic, but is it like easy right now to travel to Singapore, or do you have to stay for 2 weeks on quarantine right now?
Yeah, you have to go to quarantine for 14 days on your own expense.
I see.
But you have to get the permit from ministry to enter.
Oh, the same. Yeah, I've heard similar is actually in Hong Kong, for example. Marcello, you just joined us. Please tell a few words about yourself, because somebody of you already know you here, but we have a lot of new faces and new participants here.
Oh, that's great. Sorry, I was listening before. So thank you for the invitation again. It's always a pleasure to be here. I am located in Boston. We have been investing in Brazilian and American startups from $500K to $5 million, fintechs, agrotechs, edtechs, all kinds of sectors. We are totally agnostic. And it's really, really great to be here. I love these battles. So all the best to all startups gonna pitch today. Be careful. You're gonna see Jordan making a lot of questions. He's the most challenged guy here. No worries. He's a very nice guy, but he gets some great questions. Okay. Take care.
I got your yellow card in here, Mike.
No, you're not. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Marcella. I think Jordan gets excited. This is one of the, I think, precious moment in our battles, to be excited about what you're, in this case, asking. Julian, I think I see that you have joined us. Can you hear me well? Yeah, a few words.
Yes, I'm here, but I'm French, so I don't know if I should be speaking today.
Oh, I see. Jordan, I think you should, in this case, apologize to.
No offense at all. Well, I'll introduce myself briefly again. So I'm the GP of Verso Fund. We are more of late-stage investors. We have deployed over $250 million in capital in late-stage situations in the past 4 years. And I am focusing on earlier stages now. I can't say that we invest a typical ticket size. We look rather for percentage of ownership, which makes a lot more sense in early stage. So it can be anywhere between $100,000, which is the minimum for qualified investors, up to 500 or $1 million, based on what the company really needs. So very happy to be here today, and hopefully we'll hear from founders some exciting stuff. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Julian. I really hope that I have everybody speak for themselves. Did I invite everyone? Did I give the floor to everyone here? I mean, among the jury. If I did, I still hope that I haven't missed anyone. Just in case, raise your hand. But I think that I spoke to everyone. And we very soon are about to start one of the most exciting as well parts of our today's FinTech Unicorn battle. Our judges are going to evaluate our startups, and this a bit later about the rules. Just quick question, guys, I would like to ask you, everyone, every startup founder today, to just write down in our general chat like quick information about yourselves, some context, so you may share it here in our general chat. Please do. Now about the rules, guys, we are about to start pitching. We today have like 10 startups. At the end of this pitching, we're going to have one winner who will be like the best today during the pitch. The one is, and who has one of the most exciting fintech products and companies, future companies, now startups. They will get to the final. So today's winner, as it was previously also announced by Julia and Alex, will get to the Unicorn Cup finals. You'll get the possibility to pitch there and to try to win the main prize. Now, a bit quickly about how jury today can vote for our startups. Before our event, you were sent today not only the Zoom link, how you could join our event, but also you've been sent a link to the voting. So when you got the link, you follow the link, you can see you'll be redirected to our landing page. You will see at the, if I'm not mistaken, at the right corner, at the right upper corner of the page, you'll see your picture, so you would know that you actually entered your specific page. You scroll the page down, you will see the whole list of the startups. During their pitching, you still have only 6 minutes actually to vote for each startup. Each startup presents itself 3 minutes, the pitch, and 3 minutes Q&A session. So generally it's 6 minutes. During this time, while startups pitching, you have the chance to give them from 1 till 5. So 5, it's tops, the maximum point. So you evaluate them from 1 to 5. Right away at the end of all of the startups will end pitching. We'll count all of the points together, and we'll have the winner. So it will be really quick. So that's why I'm asking everyone, don't please think too long while evaluating. I mean, you have 5 or 6 minutes for each of the startup. During this time, please vote for the startup which is pitching right now. Now a bit also, we have additionally really important also a message to our guests today. You will have also the opportunity to choose your best, your favorite startup. And for this, definitely because your vote also matters. For this, please sign up and rate startups again. Do you like it? Or better, I think that you like it, yes? If I'm not mistaken. It's better not to show this. I think in this case, only positive. So I really hope that our today's first startup is ready. Really important also that I'll also tell you a bit later information about our today's poll because we have prepared a poll for you to vote for it. Today, among our participants, among our fintech startups, we have Reno, we have Opjar, we have Mystic Markets, we have Renta, Insightful Finances, Goldgate, Money Verbs, Pact, Pay Together, and Curriculum. So in this case, as you can see, the order in the same order you're going to pitch before our judges. So the founder of Reno today, if I'm not mistaken, with us we have Christian. Christian, if you're ready, if you can hear me right now you can share the screen, and we are about to start. And guys, before we all also before Christian's present is, I think he will do very soon the share screening. His really important information which I need to voice again. I actually mentioned to you before yesterday when we had a task call. During our pitching time, during your pitching time, please do not voice the information about how much funds do you raise, because we are broadcasting live in many countries on many platforms. So it's important for you to know that in some countries it is forbidden. So we strongly advise you not to show this information on your slide, or for example, or do not voice it. Although you have the chance, if for example some of the judges is interested how much do you raise, you have the chance to write it down in our chat. So this is like one of the possible ways out. Please, Christian, do the full screen. And whenever you're ready, we may start.
Okay, thank you, Maria. I'm ready, and let's rock.
Let's start.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Christian Lozano, Chief Operational Officer at Reno. Let's talk about the commercial real estate. It's a great asset to invest in with a low risk and stable income, even in a COVID situation. But the problem is that it's not very liquid. Usually it takes up to 6 months in order to close the real estate transaction in the United States. With Reno, it takes only 5 minutes. Let me give you an example. This is John. He owns an office building in Texas. The valuation of the building is $1 million, and it produces a stable income from rentals. That's great, but what if he needs more cash, the liquidity? In our traditional world, John has 2 options: to sell the entire building or to borrow money from the bank and put the building as a collateral. That's good, but in both cases, he needs to deal with a lot of paperwork, middlemen, high fees, and on the top, the process is extremely slow. Now, let's imagine that the building is already tokenized. That means John has a 1 million tokens representing a digital ownership in the building, real ownership. So now John could decide to sell 10% of the building or to use 20% of the building as a loan collateral. John sells 10% to Kate, for example. From now on, John will receive 90% of the profits generated by the building, and Kate will receive 10% of the profits. From other hand, Kate could decide to sell 50% or use 50% as a collateral also from her own tokens, and this will not affect John or the building. So all the transactions mentioned above, they're instant, paperless, secure, and on the top of all, they already available with Reno. For the past 10 months, we already tokenized more than 350 million worth of real estate. Also, we successfully launched our marketplace with more than 200 million already tokenized real estate for sale. And our main product, the lending solution for tokenized real estate, is also ready. Our team, Vladi, is a real estate expert with more than 15 years in the field. Victor is our CEO, business and growth expert, and I'm a financial and technology expert. We have strong competitors, but we outperform them by all the criteria. You could ask me during the Q&A session. So to sum up, tokenization is ready, marketplace is ready, and main product, the lending solution, is also ready. So now we're ready for a scale-up round. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.
Thank you. You're almost right on time, even less, a bit less. So who would like to be the first one asking questions?
Maria, I'll start. Christina, I think I probably butchered your name. Henry, I'm here. I spent a lot of time looking at this space, and I've actually have written quite a bit on my LinkedIn profile, among other mediums. So feel free to take a look, whoever's interested. Just a quick question. In terms of the idea, it's great. Because of the liquidity with commercial real estate. Can you talk about the secondary market trading? That's always one idea. One area is that, with capital markets, it's only as good as the liquidity. So can you maybe share your thoughts? I think you have about, up the time I had your one slide, maybe you can share with my colleagues here in the audience about how much you have tokenized. I think 350 million, give and take. How active are those trading in the secondary market? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I'll share my thoughts. Up to now, they're not tradable because we have a regulation rule. We need to wait a 1-year period. So after a 1-year period, holding period, they will be active for secondary trading. Up to now, there are few exchanges we are communicating with in order to accept our tokens for a secondary market trading. And there are more and more exchanges that they will accept those type of tokens for a secondary market.
Thank you so much.
I have a question. Yeah, hi, it's Keith. I have a question. What is your plan for creating a marketplace for your tokens?
Yeah, as I thought, our main product is the lending solution, but in order to create the market for the lending, we need to have the tokenization and the marketplace in the first hand as a services. And then we'll have enough market and clients to launch and to run our lending business.
If I could ask one more question, how are you going through about the regulation? Because pretty much everyone who has entered to this business, they are not able to scale up because of the regulation and lack of securities exchange in the cryptocurrency business.
We're very, let's say, we don't have any common thing with the crypto. We're only using the blockchain technology. So we're not some kind of regulation for the crypto. We're more in a regulation for the securities, and we're following all of the rules, and we're compliant with all of the rules with the SEC regarding the digital shares and securities.
Sure, it falls under the securities, and it's part of the liquidity. If you are not going under the security token in essence, what kind of liquidity are you going to be having, and what kind of exchange are you going to be listed on?
We're going to list on the security exchanges, like Open Finance and other security exchanges. So they are regulated, and there is no problem to list our tokens there.
I have a question.
Yes.
Maria, can I just ask? So in your example, in your case study, you conveniently use the word profit when talking about what Kate gains. But is Kate also on the hook for 10% of the expenses of the property once this transaction happens?
The Kate will receive the, okay, the building has some profit. After all of the expenses, there is some, let's talk them as dividends distributed to all of the shareholders. So Kate will receive 10% of the dividends.
But the reality today is that commercial real estate's in the crapper, and I'm guessing that the building is actually not generating profits. So what is the responsibility for the holders of the tokens now?
Yeah, they will not receive, if the building is absolutely empty and the building is in a struggle, definitely Kate is the owner and will not receive anything and probably needs to put some money or to sell. It's like our traditional world. If I'm the owner of the building and the building is in a struggle and absolutely empty, definitely I need to invest more money or to sell the building.
I believe that there is still like a lot to discuss here. I'm really sorry, but Christian and Jules, please proceed this in our chat because we need to move on to the our next participant. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Christian. Any questions again, you can proceed discussing or in private chat or in general chat. It's up to you. The next one is I would like to invite today Objar Incorporated. Please do share the screen, and we will about to start. Do we have the star founder? Can you hear me? Objar? Yes. Yes, Dan, please switch.
All right.
Yes. Oh, Renee, sorry.
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah, if you're ready, we may start.
Okay, so you can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So hello, my name is Dan Castro. I'm the CEO of Objar. So we founded Objar to address the wealth gap problem, which is a deeply personal problem for our team. I met most of the team 20 years ago when we were undergrads at MIT. Most of us, including myself, grew up in poor working class neighborhoods. From personal experience, we know how having little to no savings entering adulthood further widens the wealth gap, which is why we created Objar. So Objar is an app that lets parents crowdfund for their kids from friends and family, as well as from the community at large. This is actually my son's Objar, by the way, which, as you can see, does two things. It collects funds and it saves memories. So on birthdays, for example, parents can invite friends and family to contribute to their kids' Objar account in lieu of gifts. And since the card is often more meaningful than the gift itself, the notes left by friends and family go into the child's Objar as well for them to read later as adults. So notes from grandma, for example, which years later might be more valuable than whatever monetary contribution she might have made at the time. Some exciting growth opportunities include strategic partnerships, namely partnerships that leverage recent trends towards creating savings accounts in bulk at the school level. Objar is well positioned to play in this space, and we already have a few school district partners in our pipeline, which is really exciting. We make money primarily as asset managers, namely we're the custodians of each Objar account. We're registered with the SEC as investment advisors, so we collect a fee on all assets under management. We also collect a nominal $1 transaction fee on all contributions from friends and family. So we raised a pre-seed round back in December to build our beta, which we recently launched in July. We're currently testing, but expect to begin scaling in January. Our forecasts are predicated on acquiring customers at a low cost, which we're fairly confident about. And we expect to break even by year 3, if not sooner. As for our team, we have folks with senior level experience spanning various disciplines, including FinTech, banking, and legal. we're a really tight-knit group and are all familiar with each other, either from going to school together or having worked together in the past. And that concludes my presentation. I appreciate your time and would welcome any questions you might have.
Thank you so much. 2 minutes, 57 seconds, right on time. Who would like to be the first one to ask questions? And we are about to start.
Daniel, this is Arijit. I think I'll be saving.
May you please repeat, because we cannot hear you right now. Oh, okay, there is some problems maybe with the sound. Arijit, may you please?
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me save the time. Probably we can connect after the event, and we can maybe have a face-to-face discussion with your permission. And I would love to, explore the opportunity to this company, Daniel. I'll be more than happy to explore.
Perfect.
Let us save time. I'm just not asking too many questions to save time. That's it.
Okay, in that case, somebody else would like 2 minutes plus. Who would like to be the next one?
Hi, it's Keith. I wanted to find out, what's your plan to scale?
Good question. So I mentioned in my presentation, one of the exciting growth opportunities is partnering with school districts. So that is, it was at first one of our long-term projects, but with COVID, interestingly enough, with OpJar, this is something that actually helps to incentivize attendance and academic performance. So the school districts that we began speaking to actually have become quite interested in partnering with us. And for them, it's a no-cost proposition to them. And we leverage the corporate sponsors to provide the incentive for the kids to perform. So we view the school partnerships as a starting point to scale, and then we have the relationship with the parents, and then we could expand from there.
Thank you. We still have some time for one more question.
Dan, this is Jordan. I really like the product. It's got a great emotional and intrinsic value. The scaling answer was not very good. Is it just through schooling, or do you have more concrete plans to scale at scale? Because that's going to be success. The other one, do you have a sense for CAC and the financing you need to get to the $60 million? Without telling me what you're raising, I just need to know what the CACs and the LTVs look like for you.
Sure. And could you still see my screen here?
Nope.
Okay. Well, so our CAC, we're looking at beginning at about just over $6 in year one, and that ramps down to just under $5 by year 4. And as far as our scaling strategy, I mentioned the schools. That's really our B2B strategy, but we also have a B2C strategy where we could focus on the parents and the birthdays, for example, and the holidays. So we know that for several parents, including myself being one of them, we host birthday parties, and oftentimes we get useless gifts that end up becoming clutter. So we see this as an opportunity for friends and family to contribute money.
Dan, this is fine. Just I got it. What's the recovery period on the CACs?
I'm sorry?
How long does it take to recover your $6, $5, $4?
Well, we have our ARPU for our first year at about $8. So we anticipate making money right from year one. So our CAC in year one is just over $6, and our ARPU in year one is just under $8.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
And Dan, the ARPU is based on an asset management fees of what? How many basis points?
We're looking at about 0.75.
75 bips of asset management fee. Is that what you expect to charge?
Yes, 0.75. So standard is about 1%, and we're looking at getting just under that.
I'm really
Thank
sorry.
you.
Yes, thank you, Narayan. I'm really sorry. The only thing that you need, if you would like to proceed, please proceed in chat. We are running out of time and we need to move on to our third project today. Thank you so much, Dan. Right now, I would like to invite for a pitch Mystic Markets. And Joe, if you're ready, please share the screen. Yes, please do the full screen, and whenever you're ready, we may start.
Yeah, here. Just trying to. Anybody know how to go full screen here?
I believe that somebody was actually yesterday. Yeah, full screen. Yes. Ready?
Cool. Cool. That doesn't look like it's gone all the way, but cool. I'll start. I'm Joe Mahavutivani, co-founder and CEO of Mythic Markets. We turn high-value collectible assets like vintage comics, collectible cards, and fantasy art into publicly traded companies, allowing anybody to invest in the things that they love. So this is a $20 billion in the market in the US, where 100 million fans spend billions on their favorite collectibles. While over $250 million is transacted in the secondary market on various auction houses, the vast majority of this activity takes place offline. The fandom asset class has handily outperformed the market, gold, and real estate, and frankly other alternatives over the past 10 years, and only accelerated throughout the global pandemic as people seek alternative assets to invest their cash into. However, the highest performing assets are often out of budget and out of reach of your average fan or investor. So most people simply don't have the capacity to invest over $100,000 into a single asset. But we make these investment opportunities available to everybody. Now, anybody can invest in shares of the things they love for as little as $30. We acquire high value blue chip assets, securitize them and hold them and hold IPOs. And this is done through Regulation A+. And we are launching a secondary trading marketplace that will be available in early 2021. Not only does our team have extensive experience building technology products and services at global brands, but most of us have been friends for over 10 years. While our current pipeline of assets exceeds $30 million of collection value, we're expanding our offerings and bringing transparency to an opaque market and enabling anybody around the world to grow richer by investing in the things that they love and are passionate about. So we are Mythic Markets, and we make it possible for fans around the world to invest and appreciate the world's coolest pop culture assets. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're even less than 1 in 2 minutes, Joe. So you're really quick. In that case, I believe that we may give you like additionally this minute for questions. So who would like to be the next one? The first to ask the question.
I would.
Please do.
Where are you going to specialize? Because there's Otis, there's other platforms. Are you creating a specialty, and then how are you identifying that group, that target group of your meta customer that is interested in that specialty?
Yeah, so our specialty is focused primarily on like sort of geek fandom, whereas Otis is focused kind of broadly on what they call culture. And there are other platforms that some that specialize in some that are more broad, but we are squarely in geek fandom. So as I mentioned, like vintage comics, collectible cards, fantasy art, and are expanding into esports teams next.
Thank you. Who would like to proceed with question? Who would like to be the next one?
I'll ask a question. So if I'm understanding right, are you taking possession of these items? So let's say a first edition Spider-Man comic book, you are buying it on the open market and then slicing up the ownership of it. Is that the model?
So we do acquire and become the custodian of these assets. So, but the acquisition can happen either, in all cash off balance sheet, or on purchase options, or various other like net terms and things like that. But in essence, yes.
Thank you. We still have.
So there's a little bit of a cost to maintain, secure, blah 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 blah, all these assets. Do you have any traction, and what kind of traction? And give us some numbers, please.
Yeah, so we are currently on our 4th drop. We've got, I think, 8 in the platform right now. Total collection value that we have already taken public is about 500,000. As I mentioned, we have about 30 million in the pipeline. The esports offerings will actually blow that up, but at least for now, we've got about 6,000 registered investors. We've got about 40,000 waiting that we're onboarding, it costs us about $25 to acquire an investor, and the average investment currently per investor is about $600.
Thank you. Who would like to proceed?
Oh, actually, I forgot to mention like sort of costs and maintenance and things like that. So we do keep all of these assets in our own vault, and we keep them in Oregon, where it's a sales and use tax-free state. And our maintenance fees and things like that are baked into the offerings, but it is frankly nominal because generally these things are small and flat, and so we keep them in our vault.
You still need to insurance for that, right?
Yes.
I like Clay's comment about tendencies to possess. So if somebody wants to buy 100% of it, but would require possession of it, would you?
Yeah. So if we do receive private market offers to acquire the entire asset, we definitely consider those. We bring those to the shareholders and get sentiment and but as the manager of the offerings and the assets, we have sole decision-making ability on that. And if it benefits the most number of shareholders, then we can liquidate the asset. Yes. And then investors are paid pro rata based on their ownership.
We still have a few seconds for a last question, one short question, if you have any. If not, you may proceed asking, maybe you'll have them later. You have the chance to chat with Joe about Mystic Markets again. Then we are about to proceed because right now I think he's already ready with Nathan with his project Renta. If you're ready, are you ready, Nathan?
Yeah, can you see, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
I'm ready. Hi guys, my name is Nathan. I'm the co-founder of Rent, and I'm going to be speaking with you about the inefficient rental market that's not working for anyone. And it really comes down to resiliency. How do we rebound when there's 40 million people at risk, 12 million in default? The biggest problem the landlords face is finding, keeping, and managing good tenants who are often marginalized because bad tenants get all the attention. And you may use a screening tool, but you have no ongoing community analytics, and this leads directly to lost revenue, evictions, turnover. And as a renter, you spend all this time doing good, putting virtue into the world, and you get no credit for it. The only time you get attention is when you make a mistake. Well, our platform Rent, we're the solution. We take all that good, we aggregate it and turn it into an objective score that lets landlords measure just how good of a tenant you are. Ultimately, landlords get better tenants and tenants get access to better housing and communities, which improves the bottom line. And we have quite a market. 36% of Americans rent, 50% of those renters live in 40 markets, but we're focused on student affordable communities, $100 billion obtainable market. We're approaching this market leveraging B2B sales and engaging channel partners. We're able to demonstrate a low customer acquisition cost through digital channels, segmenting around student bodies and low-income housing. No one else is doing this. If you look at the landscape, everyone focuses on that tenant-landlord payment gateway. We're persistent with the renter to create a renter persistent profile that measures progress and gateways clearinghouse activities. That's why we're driving the market. We've completed our beta, launched an app, done a ton of due diligence, carried the majority of lift ourselves, have our IP strategy locked down. And post-COVID world, we focus on credit, providing access to community. We're engaging leading partners with payment gateways, data aggregators, and 2 of the 3 credit bureaus to launch the first of its kind renter persistent profile that gateways credit without debt and delivers community engagement. And landlords' biggest concern is finding, keeping, and managing good tenants and proving efficacy of their programs. Our model, Landlords pay us for the insights that we're generating. Because we're a wallet, we take advantage of exchange fees, and as we scale, affiliates are more than happy to leverage us. We deliver efficiency in our obtainable market, which creates substantial revenue, and we're focused on this SOM to prove it all works and work out all the kinks before moving onward. I have a team of executors in technology and data science, as well as advisors. We have perfect timing. Eviction moratoriums are expiring, and their governmental mandates provide access to credit and capital for underserved populations. We're in our seed round, partially subscribed. Love to connect with you. Take a picture to connect with me on LinkedIn or text me. Rent is the solution to $1 billion problem affecting millions of people. Thanks.
Yeah, time is up. You're almost on time. Thank you, Nathan. Really good. Who would be the first one to ask a question?
Tell us about traction, Nathan. Products, revenue, churn, statistics.
Yeah, so that's a really good question. We had launched our beta, which is now commercially available. We have about 700 tenants using it, 721, and the traction, we're net neutral with revenue. So basically, the cost to serve those tenants is the exact same that we're collecting from the tenants.
How much revenue to date, sir?
We have $12,550.
Over the span of how many weeks or months?
Over the span of 8 months is when we, or sorry, no, 5 months is when we turned on revenue. But where we're focused is the renter persistent profile, and so that's what we're developing, engaging REITs and housing authorities to deliver that.
Thank you.
And we have 1,600 waitlisted for that project already.
I have a question. How receptive is the partnering with you?
I'm sorry, Keith.
I'm sorry.
There was some technical problems. May you please repeat?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Right now, yes.
Yeah. My question is what type of reception are you getting from the real estate community in terms of partnerships?
Yeah, we're speaking with a number of.
Can you share any large names, perhaps, of people that are interested?
Yeah, I can't share large names. But we're working with some REITs in Southern Florida, Atlanta, Georgia. They serve about 50,000 units. It's about 100,000 members, and they use a technology called RealPage for their property management system.
Yeah,
and they're having difficulty in profile persistence and being able to measure progress. So when people are taking advantage of the system, when they're using their services, when they're using their programs. And these landlords have actually had to evict the same tenant because the different solutions and different property managers that are using their assets aren't communicating, and so they see so they're really interested in what we're doing because of our ability to one, reward the good behavior, which actually reinforces more of it, and two, understand where tenants are within that life cycle process.
Thank you so much. We still have very little time, just 10 seconds. If somebody would like to.
Nathan, other than money, what can this community in front of you do for you? How can we help you besides investments?
Yeah, we're looking for NGOs to partner with, insurance programs. I mean, this is a huge thing, access to credit and capital, and the underserved populations are the ones most impacted by COVID. Retail, hospitality, services industry. This sector has been decimated, and those employ our demographics. So we're looking for ways to deliver microfinance to them, better insurance products, and even landlords or NGOs who are really aiming to serve this demographic because we have a solution for them. So thank you for that question.
Make sure you share your information with the panelists, please.
Absolutely. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Nathan. By the way, really, you can do this in our general chat, so please do. We need to move on to our next project, which is Insightful Finances. So please, Jack, if you can hear me, please share the screen. And whenever you're ready, we may start.
Okay.
Ready? Start.
Okay. Trying to share it now. My name's Jake, and talking about insightful finances, or if. The problem that we've identified is that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And in talking with our peers, we've seen that the current solutions that focus on budgeting and investing in credit monitoring are ineffective at helping our peers.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. If I may stop you, I'm really sorry, Jack. Is it everybody has problems? Can you hear well, Jack, right now?
No. Not a
May you please, I would kindly ask you, may you please somehow to rearrange this sound, I mean the internet connection, check it, because the problem is that nobody can hear you well. The only thing I need to tell you, because yesterday when we had a test call with Jack,
sorry.
Yeah, he mentioned that there, because of the actually, if I'm not mistaken, you have in your region, because of the there was some situation, and the internet connection in the region is really bad. Can you hear us right now? In this case, I need to ask my team whether should we give Jack some time to and move on to our next startup, and he will join us a bit later, or do we give him some time to reconnect right now? Julia, what would you say right now?
I propose to move ahead and then give a chance to join us a little bit later.
1 minute, Jack. Is there already? Can you move on? Can you proceed with your pitch?
I think so. Can you guys hear and see me better now?
Yes.
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay.
Okay, if you're ready, we may start.
Yeah, let's try that again. My name is Jake, and I'm the CEO of Insightful Finances, or IF. The problem that we've identified is that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And in talking with hundreds of our peers, we found that current solutions that focus on budgeting and investing, credit monitoring, are ineffective, and they don't help our peers create a long-term financial plan. So to dive a little bit deeper into our problem statement and explore why 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, we find that it's because people make poor financial choices, because millennials don't understand the impacts of their choices, because frankly, understanding finances is complex. To give an example here, just looking at whether you want to buy or rent a house, whether that's good for you long-term, takes over 15 variables, many of which are compounded. Yet less than a third of Americans understand more than 3 financial literacy topics. Something's got to give there. And that's where IF comes in. We're focused on your future projection. So where are you going? Not backwards looking like a typical budgeting tool. We then help you compare what if opportunities. So what if I bought a new house or bought a new car? What if I saved a little bit more every month? Once you want to achieve these opportunities, we want to help you realize your goals by partnering you with service providers. So what does this look like? Let's walk through. What if I wanted to buy a new house? We help you create a budget. We help you and then visualize your long-term impacts of buying a house in your price range. Once you've identified a what if that is good for you, we help you achieve your goal of buying a house by connecting you with real estate agents. Our revenue streams, therefore, come from connecting our users and helping them achieve their goals through connecting them with service providers like real estate agents. So the bottom line is that we make money when users make smart choices that add to their overall financial value. Why we're able to do this is that we have an incredible team that is uniquely positioned to execute this startup. We've got a ton of project management experience with Nick and Tanner. We have awesome technical leadership with Tyler working for the Department of Defense, and my own financial modeling acumen, creating the process and managing the process for financial modeling for a Fortune 200 company. We also have awesome advisors who have helped hundreds of different startups and have a couple of startups themselves. So we're looking for an investor that believes in us and our idea. A strategic investor specifically is what we're looking for, bringing more than just money to the table. You know, we want someone that brings a diversified set of talents to our already killer team. So if you think you'd fit in well, we'd love to hear from you and why you love our idea. Because the only thing worse than hating an idea is just liking it.
Time is up. Thank you so much. You're just on time. Who would like to be the first one among our jury to ask a question?
Can I ask?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, what's your user acquisition cost and how did you calculate it?
Yeah, so we are very early on. We just finished an accelerator and launched our beta 2 months ago. We have a little bit over 100 signups through that beta, and they're all organic users. We anticipate a better than average customer acquisition cost of $3.25 because our product is sticky. It's exciting to see your net worth over time and compare these different options. And also the excitement that we've got from the over 30 real estate partners that we've paired with in wanting to show their clients our product so that they can have a financially savvy buyer.
Okay, but I have a couple of doubts. I believe we can maybe do it later on. Thank you so much for the answer. Lovely presentation.
Jake, I have a couple of questions. I have 2 questions. Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
So the first question is, other than real estate or real estate agents or realtors, can you give us a couple of other examples where you connect the users for you to be able to monetize? And number 2, since your platform provides essentially the analysis, say buy or rent, sounds like you'll make money only if the decision is to buy. What if the decision is to rent? Even in that case, how do you make money?
Yeah. So the first part of your question, what other what ifs are we looking at? The opportunities to connect there are there's a whole bunch, right? We can connect with car salesmen, right? That's a big what if, a big financial purchase for people, right? What price car can I buy? We also help with like debt consolidation. So, if I have 8 debts and they have a high interest rate, we want to pair you with somebody that can consolidate your debts and provide you with a lower interest rate. If you have a low savings rate, interest rate, we want to help connect you with a financial advisor that can help you achieve at least the market return. Your second question, I guess, comes to other revenue streams, right? If we're not pairing them with a service provider, we also can send our users very targeted ads for these other financial providers, right? So we can provide, if somebody's interested in renting, we'll send an ad that says, here's a rental insurance program since you're renting, right? We have very detailed information on our users about what their goals are, what their current income is, because we're collecting all of this baseline data.
Okay, additional question?
Yeah, I have a question. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Keith, the only thing very quickly.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Keith.
Yeah, I'd like to know, what's your differentiator between add-on programs to things like QuickBooks who have had this capability for years?
Yeah, so what really makes us unique is that we compare these opportunities against each other, right? We're not creating one set financial plan. It's not, hey, I'm gonna invest in my son's college fund this much every year, and so my long-term net worth is X, right? We want to help you prepare for the different what-if situations. What if I invested and got a 6% return? What if I got an 8% return, 4% return? What if instead I got into real estate, right, and rented out a condo? These what-if comparisons, there's no tool right now that currently allows you to do that. Large corporations do this all the time, right, with their strategic capital. We look at all kinds of the opportunities. But for an individual, the only real way right now to get this is to go to a financial advisor.
Thank you, Jack. I'm sorry. Please, if you have additional questions, proceed in chat because we need to move on to our next startup, which is Goldgate. And if you're ready, yes, Dalton, are you ready? We may start.
I'm ready. Can everybody see me?
Yes, start, please.
Excellent. Judges for the 2020 FinTech Unicorn Battle, thank you for considering my new venture. My name is Dalton Skach. I am the CEO of Goldgate. Goldgate is the world's first global real estate exchange. It works exactly like your Fidelity or Robinhood account. The only difference, you are not buying and selling shares of a company stock. You're buying and selling shares of an ultra luxury real estate property somewhere in the world. The problem that we are solving is that when you own real estate, you deal with maintenance. You need to buy furniture and you need to make a long-term commitment. Then when you want to sell the real estate, you need to hire a broker, wait 6 to 24 months, and then pay that broker 2% or more when they sell the property. Then you need to sell or move the furniture that you just bought and start all over again. This is a waste of time and money. Our solution, by using blockchain technology, we tokenize real estate throughout the entire world. We issue 12 digital shares for each property. This is a fractional ownership model where one share equals 1 month. By doing so, owners are given far more liquidity than they would have anywhere else. You buy and sell digital shares. We take care of everything else. This is perfect for those that wish to own more than one home throughout the world, such as family offices, foreign investors, professional athletes, and CEOs. This is not a timeshare. This is for people looking to stay in one place for 1 month to 6 months in a post-COVID world. These are brand new 5,000 square foot plus homes and condos in global locations. There's an exponentially higher chance of liquidity, and then there's the expected property appreciation. At Goldgate, we like to say, owning one $10 million home is cool. Owning 4 $10 million homes for the total price of $10 million is cooler. Our team is made up of 1 coach and 3 all-star players. Like most great teams, we aren't just trying to win a championship. We are here to build a dynasty. When considering market size, you will not find a more scalable business. Every piece of real estate in the entire world we can digitize and offer on our platform. That number is in the trillions of dollars. When deciding whether or not to participate, I ask that you look at the technology, the market, and the people behind this business. The technology is ready. The market is one of the most scalable there is, and the team is experienced and motivated. In addition, not only are there financial benefits, but there's societal benefits as well. This business drastically outperforms the competition. We have the opportunity to 20x our revenue in less than 18 months and provide our investors with the opportunity to exit within the next 3 years. This passes the grandmother test, the 16-year-old test, and will withstand the next 15 years. People will always need somewhere to live. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Dalton. Actually, it's even less than 3 minutes. Keith, I see that you want to ask a question. Please.
Yeah, can you hear me fine? Yeah,
I can hear you. Yep.
Yeah, there are countless people in this space who've been in it already for years who are offering the same thing. What's your differentiator and what makes you think that you can compete with them?
Liquidity. Liquidity is what makes this business.
They're already tokenized. They're already doing it. They already have portfolios. What makes you different than them, and what makes you think that you can create a greater ecosystem?
For sure, and those in the security token space, they're either securitizing their business, securitizing a fund for real estate or venture capital, or they're securitizing a piece of commercial real estate. I don't know of any other companies out there that are securitizing ultra luxury real estate for the benefit of personal use and property appreciation.
Who would like to be the next one?
Yeah, I'll do a follow-up. Henry on here. So, I think, Dalton, you mentioned you're going to issue 12 shares, I think, per year. Maybe I'm not understanding. I just don't get it. How are you different than timeshare, though? It sounds to me you're not selling anything. And it sounds like it's very similar to timeshare. So if you can contrast with the difference in timeshare, and the follow-up question is, how do you make money? Thank you. Revenue model. Thank you.
For sure. Yeah. For instance, what we do is for each property, we issue 12 digital shares. Each share is relative to a specific month, and each share is worth a different price during the offering. For an example, a month in Dubai in the wintertime costs more than a month in Dubai in the summertime. And in terms of revenue model, we get paid a syndication fee. So we get paid a 2% syndication acquisition fee, and then we get paid an annual property management fee. If you compare that to our competitors such as Picasso, that gets paid a 10% buyer fee, or you compare that to concierge auctions, where they have to pay a 12% buyer fee.
And traction,
please?
So we're launching the new website and our get early access next week. And then we're spending November and December and building traction on our platform. And then in January is when we expect to have our seed rounds. Right now we're in our pre-seed round.
What does your team bring to the table? Experience, background, in addition to passion.
Yeah, so for one, our CFO actually used to work for one of our competitors, and he was one of their top salespeople, and he had a much more difficult pitch when selling these properties on our platform. This directly disrupts the real estate brokerage industry, the ultra luxury rental industry, and then as well as the construction industry. And so our CFO really great with sales and financials and operations. Our CTO is building out our platform. He's worked for Fortune 500 companies, and he's also, he's just done with a 9-to-5, really, really committed. And then our head of digital marketing, her name is Chelsea, and what she does is takes the vision in my head and she puts it onto the screen for all of you to see. So she's very, very valuable.
What about the jockey, the CEO, the one called Dalton?
The one called Dalton.
What does he bring to the table?
So Dalton's the one that's going out and not only managing the business, but raising money and then gathering sales for our platform. We have a very similar kind of business strategy as when Airbnb started out. We have to build the technology.
No, sir, I'm asking what experiences do you bring to the table?
Oh, my experience? Yeah, my experience is I'm a two-time entrepreneur. My first business was in the commercial real estate space, and I source off-market acquisitions for REITs, private equity firms, and institutions around the country.
Thank you. Please proceed in any case in our chat because we need to move on. Our next startup, which is number 7, is Money Verbs. So Isaiah, if you're ready.
I am ready.
You may start.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. My name is Isaiah Goodman from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I've been a financial advisor for almost 10 years. Talking with tens of thousands of people about money and financial planning. What I keep hearing over and over and over is, I'm no good at money. I feel dumb. And oh my gosh, I think everybody said this at some point. I wish they would have taught us about money in school. Well, here's the issue. At least here in America, we know that it's causing huge problems, especially in 2020. About 40% of student loans are set to default in the next couple of years. Average families paying about $1,300 in credit card interest alone per year. And over 60% of families can't cover a $1,000 emergency. We know that about 80% of Gen Z is stressed about money. It's a huge issue. Welcome to Money Verbs. Our solution is to have our users experience money differently. We're going to treat money more like a skill, like an instrument or a sport. We've got hundreds of lessons and case studies and simulations to be able to practice and build your skills. I created this hierarchy based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Bloom's taxonomy, and the hierarchy of competency to treat money more like a skill so that you could gain confidence. Think of it like driver's ed for money. I know that resonates with everybody around the world where it's like, well, of course, you learn how to drive through some challenges, through some tests, through some behind the wheel. We've never had that for money. And that's what Money Verbs can bring. We've got a couple different phases. Right now, we're in our freemium stage. We're building our user base. We're going to have advertising and some channel partners. In the next year, we'll be able to offer a premium version. And going forward, we see several different offshoots to continue to capitalize on different revenue options. The market is massive, but we're really going to focus right now on our 16 to 25-year-old Gen Z. Specifically, where I see a huge opportunity, there's about 4 million people per year that graduate from college that are starting their first job, they're getting their first house. They're trying to do all these life skills that they've never had a chance to practice. Our founders, it's a really cool story. You've got minority founders from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Jonathan spent some time at the Federal Reserve and had 15 years in technology. Jeff has had over a decade in entrepreneurial experience, and myself over 12 years in corporate finance and personal financial planning. Our ecosystem is really interesting when it comes to competitors because what we see it as is more of a collaboration. We would love to have a Dave Ramsey section on Money Verbs. The more, the better. Really, our biggest competitors are anything else that takes attention away. For example, TikTok, Instagram, the things that take users' eyes away from learning, that's our biggest competition. We do have some traction. We're live on iOS. We're live on Android. Check it out, MoneyVerbs on either platform. We've got over 2,100 users, even up to 20 daily active users on just this free MVP. So we're really excited about it. We've landed 2 big accelerators. We've got a pre-order campaign coming here at the end of the year, and we're super excited to start generating revenue in 2021.
Time. Thank you. Thank you so much. Who would like to ask a question? Yes, Keith.
I think this is a great idea. To talk to us about some of your acquisition costs and your plans for onboarding people.
Yeah, so acquisition costs are really interesting. From an individual consumer, we're looking at about $6 to $7 CAC, but we also see a big opportunity for large groups. So think employer benefits or universities. So we're still exploring those partnerships. But there's a lot of potential there to work with an association, a college, a big company like Target here in Minneapolis.
Thank you. Who would like to be the next one?
I echo Keith. This is a wonderful idea. You present very well, really well done. Tell us about scaling, be concise. How are you going to scale this to hundreds and millions of users, please?
Yeah, for sure. So we're already working with Salesforce. We've worked with the partnership team to make sure we've got our CRM built underneath the platform. Like I said, we're live on iOS and Android. We design on Flutter. So if you're not familiar with that tech platform, you're able to deploy to both services just from doing one code. So we have a huge opportunity to be able to grow. And actually where we see it expanding is in areas that are usually untouched. For example, in America, there's 43 million people who their native language is Spanish. So imagine MoneyVerbs Espanol in the next couple of years.
Thank you.
I see Christina shaking her head. Yes, yes, yes. Speak to her and others. What can we do for you to accelerate your success?
Well, talk to me in the chats or connect with me afterwards, Isaiah@moneyverbs.com. We're looking for our seed round to really take this to the next level. I've bootstrapped by myself from a profitable financial company to really think about how can I make more of a big impact. We're actually a public benefit corporation. And for me, it's all about how can I help, tens of thousands or millions of people versus just a couple hundred clients that I had.
Thank you. We still
I just wanted to say that I think it has great potential and the idea is amazing and the timing is so right. Yeah,
Yes,
thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Christina. Who would like, we still have 1 minute.
What are the top, go ahead, yes, please.
I want to revisit how you're actually going to scale. Like, how do you get to your customer and how do you get them to sign up for something? Like, what is your plan for that? Are you planning like a corporate model in terms of partnerships or, what's the actual strategy for scaling?
Yeah, I love it. So we have 3 options here. Number 1 is direct to our target market, 16 to 25. We know that they spend 6 to 7 hours per day on their phone. So we're going to be on TikTok, Instagram. We're working with influencers. We have a campaign actually here in Minneapolis with 6 restaurants where if you scan your MoneyVerbs app, you get 10% off your meal. So we're going to hit that target market hard. The next big one is their parents. So think about it. Every parent sends their kid to driver's ed, right? They never have driver's ed for their kids for money. So we're going to really focus on parents to say, hey, pay $70 per year to help your kid learn about money. And then last but not least, these big organizations, we're working with payroll. For example, we reached out to Google and their payroll and benefits and supplier diversity to say, hey, offer this to your new employees because they don't want to go down to Susie in HR and ask her what a 401k means. They'd love to be empowered and learn some of the stuff by themselves.
Thank you.
Have you been able to track how long they've used the platform?
Yeah, we can talk more offline, but we have different cohorts. Every 2 weeks, we look and see their daily activity.
Great, thanks.
You don't have any French in you, Isaiah, do you?
No French.
Jordan, what it is here about?
I'm just trying to keep it lively. It's a good day to be lively.
By the way, actually on your background, there's a Canadian flag and they're like, if I'm not mistaken, not only 1, but they're like 3 states in Canada, which a majority of people are speaking French.
Yeah, when we acquire Canada, we'll leave them out.
Okay, well, I think it's a joke. Anyway, I think everybody understands that. We are moving on because I think our startup founder of Pact would
He's
like.
actually streaming from Canada. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, actually, we have here Canada, by the way. Whenever you're ready, we may start. Anatoly.
Hi, yes, I'm ready. Hi, my name is Anatoly, and today we'll be talking about legally secure, private, and not time-consuming agreements. Let's think of Ben, this industrious entrepreneur who was, is, and always will be busy managing the communication with his customers, negotiating deals back and forth. Back in the day, he used a quill and a wax seal to stamp his deals. Today, probably he's using a variety of scattered tools, and potentially tomorrow he'd be using a different kind of tool. Modern current solution providers fail to understand that the agreement is a process and they offer just a piece of a puzzle, just a signature, or they would sell you a template, or open the window to exchange information back and forth. Because of that, Ben has settled for a weak process. He might not get paid, miss deadlines, and expose himself to unnecessary legal risk because of that. This was quantified by Goldman Sachs, and the problem is equivalent to 5% of the annual revenue, which doesn't include negotiation expenditure. Well, if an agreement is a process, it needs a platform, especially with digitalization, COVID, and a constant push for efficiency. This is a highly demanded tool. That's why we're building the best-in-class agreement platform, which is a combination of a professional chat and a set of tools which holistically help you along the deal-making process. We have a working MVP with some cool things inside, like bank-powered digital ID, contract creation, negotiation, and e-signatures in chat, and much more to come. How are we different from DocuSign, one may ask? Well, the chat is the glue that connects the tools together, and messages have legal power. So now you could enter into agreements by just chatting or amend the contracts on the fly. The ultimate value we offer is a faster agreement cycle. Being on the negotiation stage or where you're closing the deal, we cover most of it without compromising legal security. We target small and medium-sized IT service providers because, like web and app developers, because they have a lot of NDAs, IP right transfers, master agreements, and project basis communication. From there, we'd scale to other frequent deal makers and businesses who serve other businesses to launch the spiral of acquisition. We've price packed $10 per user per month, and it will be a tier subscription based on usage. We have an amazing team, a licensed lawyer, a talented full-stack senior developer with startup experience, and a second-time founder with compliance expertise. We have early traction. We've graduated from Founder Institute. Now we are part of the Legal Innovation Zone, and we're constantly working on new partnerships with industry experts. We have phased out the development of Pact from a kitchen knife version to an Excalibur sword with users and much more to come, like US-denominated smart contracts and legally binding chatbots. In the end, our goal is to make the process of entering into agreements enjoyable without compromising speed and legal security. Thank you, and strike deals with Pact.
Thank you, Anatoly. Actually, it's even less than 2 minutes, than 3 minutes, I'm sorry. Who among our judges would,
yeah, I have a question, obviously, with smart contracts being around for quite a while. Talk to us about your blockchain, the blockchain development, what you're going to build on. Are you building your own blockchain? And let's just start with that. Allow other people to ask questions. So
sure. So there are two components to it. The blockchain component, we would use a public blockchain to prove the immutability of the sequence of your communication. So no cryptocurrency would be used at this stage. Rather, it's a proof that no messages were altered by a third party with a third party confirmation externally. The actual scripts and smart contracts would be an internal script that you could pre-program, agree to it, and our system would escrow the money, just like eBay. Then both parties agree that yes, the service was delivered, yes, we paid.
Yeah, I get all that. My question is do they have experience developing blockchain on blockchain? Is your CTO skilled in that?
Yeah, sure. So publishing on blockchain is not a big kind of struggle. As I said, we won't be building a blockchain internally. Those would be regular scripts and automation inside. Yeah.
What platform will you build on?
The external blockchain integration would be EOS or Ethereum. Internally, it's just like regular JavaScript and regular scripts.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you.
So if it is ERC 20, is that going to be ERC 20 standard? Is that what he said?
He said EOS or Ethereum.
Yeah, one of the two.
Okay, so my question is, given that one can expect a lot of to and fro in terms of agreement creation, Ethereum is pretty expensive in terms of its gas. Have you factored that into your business model?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to kind of misunderstand what we're doing here. We're not actually building on blockchain. So we have a regular platform that we have in-house with chatbots and automation like scripts and Python and normal code. And then all integrations with Ethereum would be a hash of a daily communication just pushed to post there so that courts may be able to verify the sequence of your communication. We're not doing smart contracts on blockchain, rather we're taking another step. We would be the escrow, we would be the trusted third party, we would freeze the money, and then regular Python scripts like chatbots on Facebook Messenger, for example, would execute the actual deal.
Is that a side chain then you are using? And have you considered the Polkadot for what you are doing? That probably would be faster and easier for you to do that.
Yeah, potentially, that might be a good solution. Eventually, we're moving step by step, targeting from the hair on fire problem first, which is the actual deal-making element. So we would enable and create an intuitive process for entrepreneurs to create contracts, to negotiate. We're creating the negotiation back and forth redlining inbuilt in the platform, e-signatures and stuff like that. When we're done with that and actually people are able to accelerate their agreements, we would then start connecting smart contracts, marketplaces, integrations with other tools to make Pact the business command center.
Feel free to connect me. Last point here. I've worked with multiple governments on similar products, government level, not public activities. I'd be happy to consult you free and share a couple of my hours so that you can take the best practices away.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Thank you. The time
In
is
fact,
up.
I would love to add a few bit of points probably. Are we running out of time, or can I
Yes, I'm
take
sorry.
maybe
Can you please
30 seconds max?
Can you please
Okay,
proceed with that?
sure. Just wanted to understand that whether you'll be doing the deal making as well along with the negotiation process. A, B, what is your future step? I understand that you are in MVP stage at the moment, but what will be the long-term vision of yours?
I will reply to chat right now. I'll try to expand both on times, not to take because Maria asked to proceed.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
No
question.
worries. We can connect offline. No worries.
Sure,
No
let's
worries.
do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we need to move on. By the way, just quick announcement, there are a lot of, as they mentioned before, Ethereum killers. So we would like to hear about some more, as they say in blockchain space. We will move on to our 9th startup, which is called Pay Together. And I think whenever you're ready, we may start. Pay Together, Adam, are you ready?
I am.
So, 1 second, let me just switch on the time and you may start.
Hey guys, I'm Adam Uhas, CEO of Pay Together, and we're issuing a new type of debit card that automatically splits purchases for couples. So right now, splitting expenses for couples is slow, manual, frustrating. Manually, we're keeping track of who paid for what, maybe Venmoing back and forth, getting frustrated, feeling accountants, and it's very transactional. My girlfriend and I did this since we moved in about 4 years ago, and we just found it extremely frustrating. So we founded Pay Together. And what we do is when users sign up, they link their existing checking account. So we're not a prepaid debit card. We're actually an old pass-through style debit card. They pick a split as a couple, 50-50, 60-40, whatever they consider fair. Since it is a MasterCard, you can use it anywhere online and offline. And then once you make a purchase, we'll split the charge by whatever you chose and charge only each person's share to their linked checking account. So there's no repayment, no waiting for your boyfriend or girlfriend to pay you back. This is what the cards look like. We're live in the store and our growth so far. So we launched in December of 2019 and we're about up to 13,000 users. And our forecast is about 20 for the end of Q4. So zooming into a specific couple, average couple spend on the cards is $244 on average of TEV transactions. And an example couple that really got into it, they spent about $2,300 in August to put all their transactions on. And this is what we're kind of moving towards. So our estimate is about $600 is what most couples will be splitting per month. So what's the market possibilities? There are 33 million couples cohabiting together. These are non-married couples. That is a $600 expenses per year that they share, excluding rent. Our revenue is based on the debit card interchange, which is about 150 bips. And so we see about 3 billion potential revenue from capture the whole market. So the competitors are P2P cash apps. These are optimized for one-off, not reoccurring. Joint checking, who wants to open a bank account these days? Plus reloading is an absolute pain. So where we're going is adding alternative rails like ACH, paper checks, credit cards, starting a credit card program, and then finally developing a self-driving finance. So we not only split between people, but we split between one person's many accounts. So our team, I'm the CEO. I'm from an engineering background in medical devices. And then Charisse is our Chief Experience Officer. She comes from a luxury retail and customer service background.
Thank you. Are you done?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm sorry, because I thought that there is like, you made a pause.
Oh, no, yeah, we're good.
Okay, it's even less than 3 minutes. So congrats, you made it on time. Who would like to ask a question?
Adam, medical devices, your background, why are you getting into this? Can you share your thoughts on this, please?
Yeah, so it was medical lasers, so ophthalmic lasers. Had a blast doing it. Loved going in the clinics, helping. Just got a little burned out doing that for 15 years. Had a successful exit on that and really wanted to see how else we could change. So actually, Charisse and I started a company in New York City around an AI-based fast and search engine. Had a great contract with Bloomingdale's that fell apart. And so we both moved back to San Francisco, and about 2 years later decided, hey, let's do it again. And so that's where Pay Together comes from.
But I guess my question is more as to, this, what you're building, it's not what you have done before, which is totally fine. But how do you figure you kind of have an expertise in building this?
Sure. Yeah. So our big expertise in medical devices is reliable engineering, right? So hope the laser doesn't fire too much or fire too little. And financial services offers the same kind of different side. So instead of micro reliability, making sure one laser doesn't work, really it's exciting to see like all transactions have to go through KYC, nothing can be broken. People rely on this card, don't want to get stuck on a Calmart or Walgreens with the card getting declined. So it's exciting from the kind of macro at scale level of reliability engineering.
What about growth and scale? How does your background support the growth and the scale?
Yeah, so the big background there, I think, is Charisse actually supports us there. So one of the things that we're kind of going through is teaching people how to use the card, right? So a lot of people are used to having one card. They understand their credit limit. They understand how much they have in their checking account. But now 2 or 3 or 4 people are involved in a transaction. Does everyone have enough balance on their cards to use it? And so Charisse is really working on the customer service aspect and the customer outreach aspect on how do we best inform our customers about the card's current state and who has enough money, who doesn't, what can you spend, what can't you spend, why didn't this transaction go through? So we're really on an educational aspect of teaching people how this card works.
Thank you. Who would like to be the next one? We still have 1 minute.
Yes, I have a question about the, you kind of just answered one of my questions about how do you kind of indicate that. I imagine you're going to use technology to do that in the future. But I guess my question is, given the trend or the track towards open banking, are you trying to be just an additional card that everyone has that is a couple? Or are you trying to be integrating into existing sort of wallets that happen and then sort of be a digital virtual card that people can use for joint expenses and then kind of a soft card that they use at payment centers?
Yeah, so we're happy just being the middleman, right? So we found this great department store style debit card program at MasterCard from the 1960s that lets us be like a pass-through debit card. And we're happy rerouting transactions and splitting them. So we think our big competitive advantage is that we don't think of transactions as an A to B point-to-point thing. We think them as flows. So they can be split, rerouted, however they need to be. Right now, that's between 2 people. So 2 people's checking accounts. But we see a future where, for example, you go buy a TV, half is paid by your partner, half is paid by yourself. 30% of that goes to your checking account, 30% maybe goes to like a Klarna or a firm loan, and the final 60% goes from your savings. And all that's intelligently rerouted as needed. So instead of you like transferring money back and forth constantly between all your accounts, let machine learning and AI take care of that.
The time is up. You may, if still you have some additional questions, please proceed in our chat. And we need to move on to our last but not least startup at the end, curriculum. Michael, if you're ready, we may start. You may share the screen.
Can you see my screen?
No, please try to do that again.
There we go.
Okay. And please do full screen as well.
Awesome. Here we go.
Are you ready?
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you. My name is Michael Collins, and I'm the founder CEO at Periculum Technologies here in Canada. So at Periculum, Periculum is an alternate credit assessment solution for underserved markets. And our vision is to unlock credit for the developing world to accelerate economic empowerment. We have a diverse team of experienced professionals that include software developers, business developers, and data scientists. So what's the problem? Due to COVID and other pre-existing issues, default rates in emerging markets are at an all-time high. Banks and digital lenders in these regions are using outdated methods to assess risk. But still, SMEs and individual borrowers need loans to carry out their daily personal and business activities. Periculum provides companies, institutions across Africa with a machine learning alternate credit assessment solution. Our machine learning model has an 80% default prediction accuracy, which is better than FICO, Equifax, and TransUnion. Periculum is backed by academia and was built in collaboration with Professor Yuntai Jean and the finance department at Ryerson University in Toronto. We use more than 65,000 records of bankrupt and non-bankrupt data sets from 1980 to 2019. And this created a very dynamic trainable machine learning model. Our business model is a monthly subscription-based model. Our market size in the credit bureau market size is currently at 210 billion, and the lending gap in emerging markets alone is at 5 trillion. So as you can see, we have a very big market. Our go-to-market strategy is simple: reach out to micro lenders, alternate lenders in Nigeria and Kenya, which are our go-to markets, using our sales and business development teams. We run pilots with them, and then we get into service agreements with them. Competitive analysis. So part of what makes us better than our competitors is that we use alternate data as part of our scoring model, as well as we're scalable outside of our core market. So our pipeline. So we are working with 4 companies, and out of the 4 companies, we currently have LOIs with MetaCredit and YouVerify, who have said that they will use our service after the pilot period is ended. Our key accomplishments to date are: we are part of the Canadian, we were accepted by the Canadian Lenders Association as an approved lenders list. We have received 2 letters of intent from 2 of companies that we run pilots with. And also, which is not mentioned here, we also were part of the Accelerator Center, which is a top 4 accelerator in Waterloo, Ontario.
Time is up.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael. Who would like to ask a question right now?
I would.
Yeah, Keith.
Hi, Michael. How do you work with banks?
That's a great question. So what we do is we run pilots with banks. And so we start out with the integration pilot. And the integration pilot is we would first look at kind of data that they have. And we look at the kind of data inputs data points that they collect from their customers. And then from there, we then create a pilot with the bank. And then from there, we create a specialized credit assessment model that fits directly, specifically to the bank's needs.
Thank you. The next one.
Do you have some sort of API that you could, for instance, partner with M-Pesa?
That's a great question. Yes, we have created an API, and we use M-Pesa as part of our input, as well as because some microfinancers use M-Pesa. So we use M-Pesa as part of our input. So yes, we have We have an
You're
API.
already working. You're working with them already on a pilot.
No, we're not working with them directly, but we are able to ingest M-Pesa's data
Through an API.
as part of
Okay.
through our API. Yes, that's correct.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Michael. There's a
Hi.
lot of existing alternative credit scoring mechanisms, and then that are already present in these markets.
Mm-hmm.
How do you plan to differentiate yourself? Because the chart that you put up seems like it's missing a lot of the large competitors like Migo Money and all these others. So what is your real differentiation?
Thank you, Chinedu. That's a great question. So Migo Money, our competitors, a lot of them don't have an actual machine learning model that actually can provide credit scoring. For example, Migo Money's their business model is basically to give people small loans, and then when they pay back the loan, then they create a credit score basis on that person. But if that person doesn't pay back their loan, then Migo Money then contacts the person's entire family based on the telco data they have on that person, and basically puts them on blast and basically shames them to pay them to pay back the small loan they gave out. Which, in my view, that's a terrible business model. It's a model that's not going to scale. A lot of our competitors either have outsourced teams, or have teams that they don't have teams that have actually created something that's actually valuable, or actually have created a machine learning model that actually can work. It's actually functionable in these markets. But we have, and we have partners, and we have companies that we're working with actively to build specific models for each company. So that's the other thing, is that every company has a very basic model. They try to fit everybody in. And we feel like every company has different use cases. So every company should have a specific model that's built for that use case. I don't know if that answers your question.
The time is up. Please, still, maybe you'll have 1 minute to proceed in chat, but this is the end of startup pitching. So, dear jury, you have additionally only 1 minute to assess each of the startups which we're pitching today. We need to move on, but until all the scores will be, all the scores will be provided, and we will actually estimate who is the winner. We will estimate all the points. Before that, we have one very interesting poll to announce. Julia, if I'm correct, may I announce it right now? Because I think that there are a lot of things to be discussed in this poll.
Yeah, Maria, sure.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
Definitely. In this case, can I 1 second? Can I share a screen right now, or just
maybe let's
so
our poll.
The poll today is: what industries besides health tech, fintech, and AI will we see booming in 2021? So informational technologies, clean tech, space tech, e-commerce, robotics, IoT, and other. I would actually add from myself, because I hear deep tech maybe this would be additional option in the
Maria,
other.
I have a problem. It's written that I cannot vote because I'm.
Yeah. Try now, Alexander. Please.
Okay.
Is it working? Yeah.
We have already some. Okay, so you started voting. I can see that just after we will announce our winner, I think we'll also announce the what are the results of our polling. So definitely, just before we will move on to the winner, please again, Alexander, could you please again tell us a bit more what will be waiting for the winner in Unicorn Cup, during Unicorn Cup? Share us more details, share us more information, because I believe that a lot of our participants today, they're very eager to know more what is going on, what will be going on the 20th of November. What are the additional interesting, I think, and also exciting surprises are waiting for them?
So about special gifts from VC House and special offer for the winner of our today's battle.
Yeah, Julia, just know what I'm implying to. So Alexander, please answer us. Tell us more.
Thank you very much. And yes, usually we invite the winner of Unicorn Battles to our VC house to talk with VCs a little bit more. So usually it will take probably 1 hour. And so we can understand your startup deeper. And if you are a VC and you would like to be in our club as well, so just tell us about it and we will invite you. And this is the additional prize for the winner. Besides that, he will present his startup on Unicorn Cup. And the Unicorn Cup is a big event where a lot of VCs from all over the world will be hearing for pitches, Maria. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Alexander. Actually, I would also like again to until we are almost ready to announce our winners, our top 3 winners, the runners-up, and who's the winner. I would actually again ask our attendees also to pick up the best. In your opinion, who is the best in this case? Julia, I just need a quick help with our second place. If I'm not mistaken, with the name. So meanwhile, I think I may actually announce who's got the 3rd prize. And today, the winner is Nathan with his project Rent. So Nathan, congrats, you've got the 3rd place. Thank you so much. It's still the winner. The next one, just tell me more in details, if I'm not mistaken, how is the name of the exact project?
Let me please share my screen and we'll find out. So the second one is curriculum.
So Michael, congrats, you got the 2nd prize, and the first one is Money Verbs. So again, Isaiah, I'm sorry. I want to congratulate you because you are the winner today, and your startup is the one who will be pitching live at our Unicorn Cup on the 20th of November, which is pretty soon.
Awesome.
But also, I want to also thank everyone who participated today, because honestly, this is one of my favorite events in terms of that I'm really passionate about fintech technology in general, and I'm all the time very excited to listen and to find out about new ways, about new possible interesting solutions. So I want to say thank you to every startup founder who joined us today. And I also want to thank you to all of our jury who also made their time available today to join us at this event. Once again, congrats to Rent, Curriculum, and Money Verbs, because your projects are awesome. And I also believe that today's our team is awesome. All of the projects are awesome. And as I mentioned before, every one of you today will get some really interesting and I think usable and definitely usable, interesting prizes, small prizes from our partner growth channel AI. Moreover, to the winner, as I mentioned previously, they will provide AI generator marketing plan for 1 month. So once again, congrats. And I hope that everybody, despite the fact whether they are winner or not, they are satisfied today for the participation, because believe me, I think you find out today you've got a lot of advice as well, but you also got in the future very useful context with whom to discuss your further growth and your further development. So as well, ladies and gentlemen, today we actually announced this poll, not just, can I end polling right now, Julia?
Yeah, sure. Let's have a look at results. Let me share. So
let's share the results. And today, actually, the winner is, by the way, I was not actually waiting for the winner to be e-commerce, but it's like, because it seems like an obvious choice, but at the same time, today is the winner. Although very, very not far from it are the answers robotics and IoT, Internet of Things. By the way, my question is to any of our judges who would like to jump in and tell me, what do you think about the actually one of the things which I not heard a lot, but also seen the examples from one of my acquaintances, team of blockchain developers who are trying again as much as they can do often the IoT solutions using blockchain. So how this synergy is connected, how do you consider it? Will it be a success as well? Maybe somebody would like to jump in. And
I think there's yeah, I mean, in order, I think, for it to be successful, there has to be interoperability between blockchains for IoT. So I think there's a lot of challenges. It's very promising, but I think we're still in the very early stages.
I see. Thank you so much. Actually, I would like to ask maybe Alexander, would you like to comment on the poll? Did you expect e-commerce to be, in this case, the first one, or did you have some other in your mind?
I did not expect. So probably the guys who voted for e-commerce could explain us.
Why to be honest, I also didn't expect this, but who actually voted for e-commerce? Please raise your hand right now. Show me.
E-commerce has a lot of legs when you think about social commerce, interactive e-commerce. There's a lot of opportunities that are migrating towards from the east to the west, sort of like TikTok did, that are going to sort of increase it, and especially mobile messaging CRMs that kind of increase the engagement rates of the marketing emails or marketing messaging. So I that's where my e-commerce sort of sentiment comes from.
Okay, yes. Who would like
if I can pitch in, I mean, the statistic shows that in 2020, the e-commerce grew in rate that was predicted to be taking place in about 10 years. So maybe that's what's driving it. I mean, it's obviously big upswing in the e-commerce. Definitely a chance for new technologies and what have you. So maybe that's what driven it. But I'm surprised that not nobody, but the clean tech is getting upfront. A lot of people are starting to be more concerned about clean technologies and carbon dioxide conversion and all that stuff. So I don't know. To me, that's another technology that's going to take a big part of growth.
Thank you.
I'm a fan of space tech. The space tech 2019 VC investments were about 6 billion. The first half of 2020, 13 billion, expecting to top 20. The establishment of Space Force, the United States Armed, Air Force, its Space Force, and there's significant spending on the satellite system. I think SpaceX is putting 42,000 low orbiting satellites to help with the connectivity and everything. That's a hot and up and coming space. May not be top in 2021, but it's probably a second or a third runner up in terms of growth in the investment space.
Thank you, Jordan. Please.
I'll go with you actually. Even I wrote the same thing in the chat box. So space tech, or rather I'd say astropreneurship, is going to be there, and there's a huge boom which is coming up in the near future. And probably I'll add something which is not there in the list. It's a combination of AI with augmented reality solutions. I think those are the kind of solutions which eventually will rule the market, with a lot of customer engagement as well as communication between the product and user requirement. I think if we enlist that into the list, probably I don't know how to define it, but it's a kind of combo way of working with back-end oriented, supporting this kind of blockchain oriented solution, wherein you have a decentralized system which is connected with your AR glass and with voice recognition and your own blood pressure recognition. These glasses can actually understand your personal choice and do all the needful banking along with food delivery, with your medicines. So those are the kind of R&D stuff that's going on in large MNCs, and probably we'll see that boom in the near future.
Thank you. Please share your thoughts, because I would like even to
Can I jump in?
Yes, please, Anatoly.
Yeah, so to be honest, what I think is actually would be like growing next year is something that is focused towards like working from home and in-house experiences all around the people, because the virus is not going away. We're stuck here at least till we're stuck at home at least till the mid or like end of next year. So a bunch of sporting, I don't know, like health and exercise and furniture kind of companies. That's more about like the hardware side of it. Also, what I think is that because of the disrupted flows of our usual communication and collaboration, a lot of legal tech tools would pick up as well. As you're seeing, all of you today should be using some kind of a DocuSign or Adobe Sign, or at least scanning and signing it and still digitizing it. So there'll be more and more hype in the legal tech sphere as well.
Thank you, Anatoly. Yeah. My question is right now, is taking into account of all what is happening right now in 2020, and it might be happening in 2021, how do you think whether the space tech will see more development and more people would like to leave our planet Earth? Because, you know, this is funny and at the same time sad thing. How do you see the development of space tech? Because I can see it's still got 21%. So not the least amount of votes here.
Maria, you've probably heard that the water was found on the moon probably a week ago. So we can already try.
The only thing, we just need to actually book the next flight there, and there's like. So there are much more or less flights all over the planet, but from the planet, at the same time, I would say from my perspective, it's at the same time sad and funny thing at the same time. But nevertheless, I would like to share your thoughts on this, and not only on space tech, but what does feel for you like one of the most interesting things? Maybe you've discovered something which we don't know. Like, for example, who would have thought like in 2009, for example, I would never ever heard about the existence of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. So please share with us, maybe you've discovered something which might be not even on the list, and maybe it's not will be booming in 2021, but is there something which is so exciting that you would like to share with the audience today?
One thing perhaps I could just jump on, sorry that I dived in. There is a big tendency, if you look at the various countries, that there is a upward trend on super apps, where you don't just go on one app or one website and do one thing, where you can buy things and do things, communicate people, hire people, get a legal consultant, and you name it, or even go order your grocery. So there is a gigantic upward trend on it, and it's because of the change in the human behavior that we are having due to the COVID. I mean, especially in the US right now, you look at it, everything is drive-through, everything is curbside pickup, everything is touchless, although there is you got to touch everything anyway, it's just a word. But at the same time, like whichever large company that you are speaking of, you see that they are trying to create an ecosystem of a kind. And I believe the ecosystem is the biggest opportunity for the coming year, because in the past we were like focused on what do I do great at one thing, but now people start to understand that I may be great at one thing, but by putting myself or associating myself with another greater person on another tool, and I can get my user base doubled up because of the two powers coming together. And that basically, I believe, is going to be the biggest opportunity for the coming year.
Okay, thank you. Quick question. I have even two for our audience and our guest today. Why have you chosen robotics? First of all, I think that it might be like obvious, but still explain on it more. And the other thing, who actually voted for the other? Please share what exactly did you mean about here we are coming back to the booming technologies in 2021.
So I voted actually for robotics. And the reason being is because there's been a lot of advancement in, obviously in the healthcare space, use of robotics, but also with 5G technology and the ability to do remote surgery. And I think that you're going to see a lot of that coming, you know, with the development of 5G as that expands. Look, this is a great panel, you know, to talk and hear everybody's, you know, thoughts, people sharing in different areas. I had no idea how big space tech was. Those are, you know, people who are, you know, visionary and are following that space. We all have our areas, but in the tech space, you know, look, 20 years ago, we weren't advancing like this. I mean, we are growing exponentially in every area, and it's getting more and more challenging every day to try to be up on everything that's going on. But thank goodness, people are doing remarkable things in all different areas. And with AI and machine learning, you know, we're going to have a lot of great things coming. So, you know, those are just some of my thoughts. But I do want to thank everybody for, you know, sharing your information. This is a great forum. And for the startups who pitched, if any of them are still on here, they have no idea how valuable of a network they're a part of, and the value that's sitting here and what people have to offer. And I would just encourage them to take advantage of it and reach out to who you can. There are folks in here who could, with one phone call, offer you 30 years worth of experience that could change your life. And it happened to me when I was younger, and it could happen to you, and it's just that simple. So those are just some of my thoughts. Thank you for the time.
Awesome.
You are still young, Keith. You're still very young, my friend.
Yeah,
I marked.
I think I am.
You are super young, man. I marked other the business of surveillance in the context of managing people and health and so forth, tracking. I think in 2021 is going to evolve into a new science and a new industry to help surveil, manage, protect, and engage the enterprises and the community. California just passed a law last month that requires a business to inform their coworkers within 24 hours, their workers within 24 hours, they have been in touch with a COVID potential patient. And if you don't, you get fined $25,000. They could even shut you down. So we're going to see some surveillance work, and it cannot be done ad hoc. Some companies and innovators, I think, will come through and create an art out of this to help me be surveilled, but feel comfortable to a certain degree that it's not falling in the wrong hands or it's efficient. And it won't be a new science. It'll be just a mixture of technologies.
Okay, thank you so much, Jordan. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, everyone who has joined us today. I want still again to congratulate our winners, because actually I believe that there are like 3 winners today as we have. So again, rent, curriculum, and money verbs. Congrats to you, really. I would also like to ask everyone who have participated today actually to join us at our Unicorn Cup, because first of all of our today's participants have the ability to do the expo for their startup as well. Although it's not pitching, as I mentioned previously, only the winner can pitch at the finals. But still you have the chance to show your startup, to show your case, to show which solutions do you propose to make our life better and easier. Once again, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, really soon we're awaiting for our next events, which are to take place. And really, what's really important here, you can see more of them. So we are going to have really soon our next events in Asia and Australia. So it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, FinTech and AI battles. So again, FinTech, AI, the topics which were discussed today, FinTech, like generally, of course, today. Moreover, we would like to ask you, everyone, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because there you can find the recordings of, by the way, of this event. You will find it a bit later. Join our next events. We're asking our judges, we're asking our startup founders to join us as guests for the next events as well. And we also see the winner at the Unicorn Cup. Once again, great thank you to each of you. It was a great pleasure for me to host this event, to moderate this event. I was really enjoying this time. So I hope you did as well. Julia, Alex, I can see the smile on Christina's face. So I really hope that you actually had a great of time. Really soon, as I mentioned, we're going to proceed the event. Thank you so much once again, Julia. Thank you so much for support. Thank you so much to Lydia for helping me today to host this event. Anna unfortunately couldn't join us today, but we're still. I could see that she was watching and at some point, but still we are really happy that everybody is taking care of our event. Once again, thank you to you all, and see you hopefully at our Health Tech event, which is to take place on the 17th of November in North America. See you and bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you. See you soon. Thank you.